For my birthday, I decided to buy myself a professional drawing tablet. I can't draw. That was 2 weeks ago, and I still can't draw today. The end goal was to be able to animate. I can't animate either, so bear with me while I try and learn this process. I've decided to create a short story until I get hold of my autistic friend who's going to teach me to become an amazing artist. As it's my brother's birthday today and he hasn't told me what he wants, this video is going to be dedicated to him. It's also an embarrassing story about him, so happy birthday, brother. Going back to when we were kids, our parents would work full time and occasionally both my brother and I would have to go to something called the childminders. Effectively, it was a house that was always filled with up to 10 to 20 children that were looked after by a couple in their 40s. Having that many children in one place, it was only logical that these two would need to rule with an iron fist. And this was back in the 90s, where hitting children with a wooden spoon was common practice. I don't think I'd be wrong in saying, but all the children were terrified of this couple. The childminding sessions would usually occur after school until late evening, and we'd never actually stay the night. But there was this one night we did stay. And my brother didn't actually tell me this story until a few years later, but it made me laugh then, and it still makes me laugh today. As the story goes, we were put to bed relatively early, on a weekend, in the same room as 6 other children, all on bunk beds, pull-up beds, sleeping bags on the floor. My younger brother wakes up in the middle of the night, dying for a number 2. The toilets were not only a long walk in the dark, but he was also petrified of the idea that he might wake up the adults. So he decides to hold it until the morning. An hour passes, and the pain has only got worse and becomes unbearable. It makes me laugh that this is how he came to the conclusion, but rather going to the bathroom, he decides to take a number 2 in the bedroom, the same room that several other children are sleeping in. From memory, the room wasn't even that big, so it makes the logistics of the poo even funnier. The prodigy that my brother is, he decides his best option is to poo in a pillowcase. He squats down arse centimetres away from the face of the child sleeping in the bottom bunk, and he lets it rip. Using the outside of the pillow to wipe, the crying wasn't over yet. He has to hide the evidence. Knowing the amount of children that come in and out of the house, he would only have to hide the poo temporarily. Using a bin would be the smartest option, the window was locked, and going to the toilet was what he was trying to avoid in the first place. Behind the back of the TV was his only option. Again, this was back in the 90s, where the TVs were huge and emitted a lot of heat. My brother didn't get caught for this, and I'm pretty certain the pillowcase wasn't found for a few weeks later, where the poo had stewed and the stench could be smelt from the outside of the house. I can't imagine the look on their faces when they picked up a 3-week-old slow-cooked turd. This is the first time I've made anything like this, so thank you very much for watching until the end and enduring my terrible drawing skills. I promise I'm trying to improve, so bear with me while I try and find my feet on this tablet. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, as it really helps the channel. Cheers!